Good morning. Welcome to Real Talk. I'm Claudia with Claudia's Door Decor, and this is Mercedes of Wreaths by Designs. So there's an S on Wreaths and there's an S on Designs. So don't forget that. Hi, Mercedes. Good morning.
Good morning, Claudia.
So tell us where you're located and where people can find you.
So I am located in San Antonio, Texas. People can locate me on my FB page, Wreaths by Designs, and they can also locate me on TikTok, Wreaths by Designs as well. Um, right now, I'm still working with my daughter to get my Instagram to work good, and I'm able to, put all my stuff and my videos and all that stuff. So my daughter is helping me right now. So, but you can find a few things there.
Okay, so basically your name is the same everywhere.
Everywhere.
Perfect.
I
Perfect.
used to have a website, and I have to cancel it because the price was getting ridiculous.
And not only that, but from what I understand, that when you are fully functioning on your website, that's different than when you're learning. So there will be a time where we will all have our own websites, but this is the learning. This is the entry level of business, right? Okay, so share about being a mom. So you have a daughter.
I have a daughter. She just turned 24 yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And she became a mom on November the 28th. A beautiful baby girl. She was 8 pounds, 21 inches. Her name is Solana Meriel.
Oh, what a beautiful name.
Solana Meriel. And when people tell you when you become a grandmother, your mind, your body, your soul completely changes. And it is true. I didn't believe it until I became a grandmother. And I'm so proud of my daughter.
But that's the thing, Mercedes. We don't understand what people are saying when they say it. But then when we experience it, we're like, that's why they say that.
It is
They
amazing.
say it's like, here's your child, and then your grandchild is like your child times two. So you love your kid, but your grandbaby,
My daughter even said, I think you love her more than you love me. I'm like, let me think about that.
you know what though? You know what though? I think it's beautiful. Congratulations to you, to your family. That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
And speaking of your daughter and granddaughter, we're going to go with your daughter. You shared with me that you started crafting with your daughter. That's like how you guys started. So let's start there.
So I work for corporate America. I work for LabCorp. I've been there for almost 15 years. And the transition of the my department moving to work from home was already started before the pandemic. But when the pandemic hit, that's when the company started really pushing people to be working from home. During that time, I was going through a very, very rough time. Um, I was already divorced, and you know, this is a real talk, Claudia. So I lost my house through the divorce, and I had to move in with my dad for a couple of years to be able to start saving money so I can buy my own house. And my dad was a blessing. So me and my daughter, we moved with my dad. The pandemic hit, and that in that same time, I was approved to buy a home. I was looking for a house. It was crazy because we could not get out of the house, and it was I was driving myself nuts. So I told my dad, I said, "Can we take half of your garage for crafting and painting?" And he said, "Sure, go right ahead." So I have previous tutorials and classes for one of a very good friend of mine, and me and my daughter, we started painting. So my dad's half of my dad's garage became as my painting studio for me and my daughter, and right now all my paintings are hanging in my house.
You're going to have to give us a tour eventually of that. You know that, right?
My paintings, I'm like, but I don't paint something specific. I paint abstract stuff, something that I feel, something that it's go through my mind. And people looked at it and they're like, what is that? I said, I don't know. I just painted at that moment. And I
That's how I
use
was feeling.
exactly.
That's how I was
And I used the colors that my heart was feeling. And I just placed it on a canvas and it turned out to be beautiful pieces. And people said, why don't you sell it? I said, who's gonna buy that piece of crap? Come on, really? I said, you'll be surprised.
Stop. You need to stop, okay?
But now I learned
Artwork is interpretive.
exactly. And I learned the value of what I was doing because back then people would say, it's beautiful, it's something unique, it's something rare. And back then, I'm like, nobody's gonna buy that crap. Come on. But now when I'm doing more and I'm getting to know more myself, my ability of what I can do, I'm like, you know what? I can sell it for $10,000. You never know.
I'm the future Picasso. You don't know yet.
You never know.
But see, so okay, so you've learned that she was then painting, right? So she was painting with her daughter. But if you know Mercedes at all, if you've watched her at all, you've learned that doesn't stay still. So then what happened? You went from painting to what was next?
And after that, I started decorating wine glasses for divas.
For divas.
Yeah, I was doing rhinestones and bling bling and putting lettering and doing script on the glasses. And then I started doing the wood hangers.
The
I got
door
myself a
hangers.
Cricut machine and I start doing wood hangers. I will paint them and I will put beautiful bows and different type of script on it. It didn't it didn't go as well as I wanted because I wanted more.
Listen to what she's saying, guys. Listen to what she's saying. It did not go the way I wanted it to. I wanted more.
More.
Okay, so listen to that because we all get to that, right? So go ahead, continue
No,
sharing.
I wanted more. I wanted bigger. And praise the Lord, I was able to get my own place. I didn't buy a house, I bought a condo because it was just me and my daughter. I needed something small. So I bought myself a beautiful condo. Within a year, my daughter decided to move out. And I'm like, okay, I mean, you're 20. I cannot, stop you for you to spread your wings because I did the same. So I took her room and I converted it into my sanctuary crafting. But every day I wanted more and I wanted more and I did not hustle. Oh, look how cute you look. Cowboy girl. I did not hustle. I wanted more. So I had a very, very good friend of mine, Jennifer, and she was doing Wreaths. She said, I'm retired of this. My hands cannot do no more. I'm going into quilting. I had to go with my boyfriend's talk to her house, and she gave me everything that has to do with ribbons and mesh and frames. I mean, everything that you can imagine. And I was able to start that more that I wanted. I got into TikTok and I keep seeing.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm just putting a pin in this. So she was gifted somebody's wreath supplies. Okay. So this person said, I'm not doing this anymore. They reached out to Mercedes and said, if you want it, come get it. So that was a blessing. Somebody blessed her. Okay. And I said, put a pin in it because I want to be sure that we're answering any questions that anybody has
Oh,
till
yeah.
this point.
No, and the
Okay.
reason I said that I got into TikTok because I start seeing Wreaths and Wreaths and Wreaths. And I said, wait a
Right.
minute. I got all this given to me for free. I start getting inspired.
Yeah. Okay. So exactly. So, but she got on TikTok not because she decided I'm going to go find out what TikTok's about. It was her daughter. Her daughter's like, Mom, let's get you on TikTok. Let's get you on TikTok. So Wreaths inspired. So she starts seeing all these people making wreaths. Now, mind you, I don't know if you guys know, let me just share this really quick. If you follow one wreath maker, your FYP starts to get wreath makers. You'll start seeing lots of wreath makers. So just so you know, you follow one, you get us all. Go ahead, Mercedes.
So I started getting in TikTok, and I don't know if Catherine is here, which I hope she is, because
Yes,
and I think I met her before I met you.
you did.
I still looking. I'm looking at her reefs, and I'm like, oh my God, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. She actually inspired me, and it looks simple and beautiful and elegant, and she inspired me to do this. So I start getting in contact with her. We exchanged numbers, and here we are.
Yep. So this is, you guys met, what, a year ago?
It's about a year ago,
It's
yes.
been about, because that's about all, the same time that I also got meeting everybody. Like I started
Exactly.
a year ago and the same thing, started watching wreath makers, was inspired. Now, I had already been making wreaths before I was inspired, but at the same time, did you get overwhelmed seeing so many people that were making wreaths? Did that ever overwhelm you?
Oh, of course they did.
Okay. Okay.
Overwhelming. And I got actually, it got to a point, Claudia, that I started getting anxious
Okay.
because I wanted to learn this so bad and so fast. And I was getting frustrated. And then I told my friend Jennifer, I said, you need to come and teach me the basics because I don't know what I'm doing. So she was the one who taught me the basics. She was the one who said, okay, you need to start here. You need to calm down. You need to start doing this. You need to start doing this. This is the way you fold the mesh. This is how you make the ribbons. And actually, my bow maker, she's the one who made it for me.
Nice.
Because I don't have the cutter, the wood, the cutter, and all that stuff. So we came with this idea, and I said, I'm gonna make this happen no matter what it takes. I'm not gonna settle. I'm not, no, nothing and nobody is going to stop this train.
And that's what it takes, though, because you do have bad days, guys. There are bad days, bad moments.
I
Okay.
had a bad day 3 days ago, and Catherine can tell you. I said, you know what? This business is so competitive. You bring yourself down by letting not being able to sell everything that you have here to let yourself down. And Catherine said, you're not gonna throw the towel. The next day I had two sales. Because the problem that we have, Claudia, that as fast as we make this business happen, that is as fast as you want to sell it. But you cannot expect that. You cannot expect that. But it doesn't mean that you're gonna give up.
But I need you to share your experience with knowing now that you know this is not overnight. You don't just post something to Etsy or post something on your social media and it's going out the door. That's not how this works.
Not how this works. I have a degree in marketing and hotel administration when I was living in Dominican. Marketing is the main thing that I know most of it because when you do marketing for you to throw your business out there, no matter how much you know about marketing, and if people do not see what you do and they don't want to buy it, they're just not going to buy it. But that doesn't mean that your product is worthless. It doesn't mean that people doesn't like it. And that's how you need to even bring yourself even higher, not to give up no matter what.
And the opposite is true, right, Mercedes? When
Very
people like what you have, they want to see you. They want to see you, the creator. They want to know the people behind the item,
exactly.
right? They want to know you.
And let me tell you, I'm a people's person.
Really? No, I'm just kidding.
When we started working from home,
Yeah, that's
I was
hard.
all by myself. I was getting very depressed to a point that I told my boss, I can't do this. I think I'm going to quit my job. And she said, no, you can't do this. You can do it. And I actually have to go to the doctor. I said, you need to give me some type of an anxiety pill because I'm driving myself crazy. When I'm working by myself and I looked around and I don't see my coworkers, it's depressing. But at the same time, you start getting used to it. And then you kind of have to put yourself in a position that, okay, do this now You have a good job, you making good money, you have good benefits, make it work. And if you can make it work on your steady job, why you cannot make it on your own business when it's the most important one? If you get up in the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning to be at work and you hustle all day long, why you cannot hustle for something that you own? You have to. You have to hustle. No
Okay,
matter.
so now talk about having a full-time job and then making the time for what you are creating. You are building this. Like a home, you need a foundation, you need the walls, you need all the things inside, you need the roof. So talk about how building a business with a full-time job, how's that been?
Hmm. It's like having a child when you have a so I am blessed having the schedule that I have. I get up at 5, I get my coffee, I can work in my PJs because I work from home. I have to be logged in 10 minutes prior to 6 o'clock. I do my job. I get off at 2:30. At 2:30, I log out of that computer. That job stays behind. My mind changes automatically to crafting. I come here and I sit down. I just not said, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. No, I'm sitting here and I said, okay, what are you going to do, Mercedes? I look at my ribbons, I look at my mesh. But the first thing I do, I look at my signs. What is the theme that I'm going to do? I'm going to do an Easter. Maybe I do a summer. I'm a San Antonio resident. I may do a Spurs. I may do Dallas Cowboy. I mean, whatever my heart tells me, I will go to that sign. Then I take my time to look for what I need. I sit on my table, put my TV, watch my blacklist. I'm obsessed with it. And I work here until 9, 10 o'clock at night.
So you're putting just as much effort into your business that you are doing working your job.
Actually, I feel that I put more effort in my business because this belongs to me.
There you go.
LabCorp does not belong to me because they can lay me off. They can fire me. But this is something that it is from my heart. I invested so much money, so much time, so much heart that if I lose this, I will probably losing everything.
If you lose what?
My business.
Well, that's not happening. We're not going to
No, but
let you.
that's if you something happened, but this is something that I
Right.
put my heart on it.
Right.
So, because we have so many people that have been working to get their 1,000 followers, which we won't talk about what we found out recently because that'll be a rabbit hole that we'll fall into. But you worked really hard to get to your 1,000 followers to go live. When you got to your 1,000 followers, how long did it take you before you hit that live
Oh, right
button?
away.
Exactly.
Right away. I don't waste time. I do not waste time. Live, let me tell you something, guys. When you are living and you're doing something that you love, do not waste time to do it. Do not waste time. As soon as I hit that 1,000 followers, I made a video the next day appreciating everybody for following me. First of all, I appreciate. I'm a very appreciative person. Thanking everybody for following me. You know what? I'm going live on such a day, such a time. We're going to do whatever. Maybe we can just chit chat. But I loved when that 1,000 followers went through. I didn't waste time.
Because
I
you
went live
worked
right
for
away.
it. It did 1,000 followers is not easy to do. It is, and especially that last 100, it seems like it takes forever, right? So if you're going to encourage somebody that basically, guys, we talk ourselves out of something within 5 seconds of having that thought. So you get to your 1,000 followers. You've been working really hard to get to your 1,000 followers. And then the minute you're able to go live, how many times did the excuses come in?
Oh my God. All day, every day. All day, every day. Let
Excuses
me tell
not
you,
to
if
go
I
live.
didn't have a full-time job, I will go live all day.
But people make excuses not to go live.
I'm nervous. I don't have the time. I don't know what to do. Get over
It's
it.
always I don't have a way to go live. I don't have a phone to go live. I don't have this to go live. I don't have this to go live.
Find a
Like
way.
you hear that. You hear
Find
that
a
over and
way.
over.
Find a way. Because you
All you
fought for
need is your
this.
phone. All you need
You
is your phone. That's it.
you fought for this. You worked so hard for this, for you to bring this business up, and you want people to get to know you. Now that you have the chance to do it and you don't do it, oh come on. Really? No, it's a very dumb excuse.
I know several people that Mercedes has offered to help because every time she goes live, she is talking about, hey, if you need help going live, this is when I'm available. Who does that? She tells you when she's available to help you. She wants to be that little box in the corner for you or cheerlead you, right? She's constantly saying this because she means it, guys. Remember, she's a people person, which means she loves people. She sees you and says, "Hey, they need help. I want to help. I want to help." She's like an energizer bunny. I got you. I got you. Let's do this. Let's do this. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So she is sincere. She means it. She wants to help you. So don't forget Mercedes will help you. And
And I tell them.
and if
And I
she
tell them.
can't, she'll find somebody who will. She's like, I can't that day, but I know somebody who will. She'll go find, hey, go help so and so. Boom, listo, done.
And I'm very flexible. I have a very good schedule, but by 2:30 I'm off. And I can do Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. The only 2 days that I can do for now, Wednesday, because the women's retreat from my church, the meetings were starting because we're having a new women's retreat. It's going to be in May for the Spanish one. And then my Thursday night is sacred because I'm bowling. But any other day, it doesn't matter. It can be at 3. It can be at 10 o'clock at night. I don't care. I'm a night owl. I can do it anytime you guys need to.
So the excuses that you're telling yourself, we're telling you that we get it. We understand this is intimidating because you don't know what it's going to feel like.
Yeah.
But when you do it with somebody, that's a little bit, it helps more. When you're hearing somebody, when somebody's talking back to you, okay? Because this is a screen. Not a lot of people are comfortable talking to a screen, right? So we get that. We understand that.
But see, what I don't get, you see people making videos of themselves doing funny things and recording, but they cannot go live. Come on, it's the same thing.
It isn't though. It
Really?
isn't though, because you're waiting for people to interact with you when
Oh,
you're live.
yeah.
When you're doing a video, you're not waiting for somebody to interact with you.
Exactly.
So that's the only difference. But Mercedes is talking about funny videos because she's got a private account that, by the way, came up on my FYP. Your private account actually came up on my
Oh, really?
FYP.
Are you following me? Are you following me?
Heck yeah, because you're goofy. Heck yeah, you are goofy. Do you want to share what your private one is so that people can go
Yes,
see your
yes.
goofy?
It's PR Bowler. I think that's what it is. I don't think it has a number, but mine it is PR Bowler. Yes, P as in Paul. P as in Paul, R as in Robert, Bowler, Bowler. I do. I'm sitting in my car and I just do silly videos.
I'm thinking PR stands for Puerto Rican
You got that right.
and bowler is her other passion.
Is my other passion.
So go get to know the PR bowler. She's pretty funny. All right. So going live. Okay, we're going to talk about all things going live because you do it really well, Mercedes. You enjoy going live. You enjoy interacting. You enjoy all of it. You can tell that you enjoy everything about going live. Exactly. So let's go back to when you first started going live. Like before you had hundreds of people coming in and out of your lives, because you do. You have hundreds of people now coming in and out of your life. What was it like to go live with just a few people?
At the beginning, it was a little bit, I was a nervous wreck. It is normal, guys. Please understand, just because I can do it like she said, I love it. Yes, it is a nervous wreck. But I felt a little bit overwhelming because I didn't know what to expect. And it's normal for you to feel that way. And when you come across with people, they are there for you and they are complimenting your beautiful work and giving you all that moral and spiritual support, you start feeling relaxed. It's gonna come. You're gonna start feeling relaxed and you're gonna be, oh wow, this is pretty cool. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue to hustling because it feels amazing. And it's very rarely that you come across with someone negative. And if you do, either you can tell the person, scroll up, or you know what, totally ignore it. Because I'm a person that I don't take beep from anybody. I'm here to help others, to show who I am, to teach them what I do because they feel that, oh my gosh, she do beautiful work. I would love to do it. I'm here to help it. I'm here for you to learn it. But I know my mouth. I'd
It's
rather
hard to ignore. It's hard to ignore
it's
negativity
hard to ignore it. Yeah.
because you don't want it taking away attention. Like people are trying to defend you, right? And guys, just so you know, haters, whatever you want to call it, when they come into somebody's live and they're being ugly to somebody who is making a wreath, check yourself. Be like, they're just basically adding to the commenting, which helps your TikTok. That's all they're doing. So just if you ignore them, that dopamine that they get, that hit of dopamine that they get when somebody's arguing with them, if you ignore them, it takes all of that away. So they leave by themselves.
Yeah, they leave. Oh, but there was a lady that I think the second or the third time that I was live, my brother was here. My brother was talking a little bit about his business for the graving company. So he makes credit cards. My brother has a business, serious business. And he was explaining what he does and how he does it. And this lady, she starts saying, don't do it. It's a fraud. He's going to take all your credit card information. I was biting my tongue. I said, there was a point that she continued being negative. I said, you know what, lady, get the hell out of my line right now. And she left before I go crazy.
Because people want to get under your skin. They're like, "Oh, I can make this person react. Watch this." Don't react.
It took a lot. It took,
I
it
know
took
it took a
about 10,
lot.
15 minutes before I actually told her, get the hell out of my life or I'm going to block you.
Come up with a word. No,
Everybody
seriously.
was there.
Come up with a word that you say that a moderator that's in your chat can go ahead and just mute that person and then they're gone.
I think Catherine was the one who was moderating and she didn't know what to do. But
No,
then there
not
was
the
a point that she was
moderator.
gone.
You call moderating that little box in the corner. That's not moderating. Moderating is the person that you've assigned as a moderator in your
Oh,
chat
okay.
that has that
Got
little
it.
person next to it
Yeah,
that
I see that.
they can pin comments that you miss and they can remove people that are acting
Okay,
not right.
perfect.
So then you come up with a word because I think one of the creators uses pivot. When she says pivot in her live, the moderators know to go look for the person that's causing issues and they
Oh,
move.
really? Okay,
Yeah.
we need to learn a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about that.
Perfect.
Yeah. So just so you know. So that's part of it. So moderators that actually help you in your lives, that's what they do in the live. They help pin comments and they help remove people that aren't acting right if you choose. Just a magic word. Boom, done, done. Okay? So we'll talk more about that another time. All right, so let's get back to going live because this is a thing, like I said, that people continuously are talking about. You had said something to me in our pre-interview that I know a lot of people are scared of. Like they're scared to go live because of the things people say. Feeling rushed. Talk about feeling rushed.
So not this slide, but the previous one last Friday. Oh my God, some lady was just like, okay, cut the chit chat and let's move on. I totally ignore it. When you are going live, it's real life, guys. It's real life. You're going to take your time, like you're going to take your time cooking, you're going to take your time taking a shower, you're going to take your time doing whatever. I am taking my time and I'm going live not only to interact with my people and showing them what I'm doing, but I am here to have fun. You cannot rush fun. I'm sorry. You cannot rush.
She's like, this is my live and I party if I want to.
And you know
You know what
what?
it makes me want to do? It makes me want to stop doing what I'm doing and talk more.
Exactly. That's why I ignore it. And I think I kind of stopped. And then I started doing something else and I was laughing and I was making joke and I was asking question. And I think she got off. I think she just got off.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference. And I'm just going to share this because you'll agree, Mercedes. This is not like watching a YouTube video.
No,
Okay? On a video, you can fast forward through the parts you don't want to listen to. When
exactly.
you go on somebody's live, they're not here to be a YouTube video for you.
This is live. For God's sake, it's live. I'm alive. I'm alive. Come on.
That's going to end up being a meme or something.
Oh my goodness.
So these are the things that people honestly are fearful of, right? I want you to go in the comments. Who have not gone live yet, share a fear. Share a fear that you have about going live, even if it's just one word. What is your biggest fear about going live?
Yes, please share that.
And while you share about your fears, talk about comparison.
Oh my Lord. I put myself there to be honest. Because when you starting this business and you see other people's work, like those big, huge wreaths, and they put those magnificent pieces on, and you're like, oh my God, can I ever do that? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You just have to, you just have to not put yourself down. And I'm including myself. And not even 2 weeks ago, I put myself down when I saw this beautiful wreath at the HEB where I take some of my pretty little ones and I comparing myself, my mesh one with all the beautiful things. But this lady, she makes like 5 feet wreaths. I'm not kidding. They're huge. And she makes her own, pieces, the nutcrackers and everything that she does. She makes it herself. But those are $500-600 wreaths. And that's okay. But when you see that you bring in yours and you put in your unique touch, and those are hanging on that window, and yours are the one that are selling for 100, 150, 200, they're going out the window. I'm like, okay, I'm okay with it if I cannot make those, because those are the ones they're selling. Mine. Not a lot of people can afford $600-700 on a wreath.
But there's a point there. There's a point there. Okay, so a couple of people said stuff. So Jennifer said, I honestly don't know why I'm so scared of it.
Jennifer, I told you that I can help you. She was in my life last night, and I told her, I said, Catherine was the one who started with the moderator, and then she was not going live. And then I push her for her to go live. And now she's going back to that state that I'm getting scared. No, you're not. I'm here to help you. Come on. We need to hustle, 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 hustle.
And then Grace of My Four Aces Creation says, I'd probably freeze when I get to do my first live. You won't freeze. It's not a freezing thing. It's not like stage fright. It's not like that. Lily says, I'm working on it. And Yashira said, Mercedes is the one that pushed me to do a live. The reason why you go live, friends, is because people want to know the person behind the name.
Oh,
The
and I
people
love
want,
people to know me.
and Mercedes really wants to be known. She
Very
wants
well.
people to know her well. So here, okay, so that's the reason to go live, really. And a lot of people say that they're introverts, right? This is not an introvert situation. or an extrovert situation. This is a you be you, exactly the way you are situation. You talk about what you're comfortable talking about, okay? You do whatever you want to do. You don't have to be creating something. You can just grab your cup of coffee and say, "Hi, here I am. Just here to get to know me, get to know you. How you doing? How's it going?" Sometimes that's enough for people to do their first time. You don't have to be making something. Mercedes, talk about how difficult it is to be focused on a design and keep up with a chat.
Sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. And I'm lucky because I use my phone on my tripod so people can see it through my Wreath by Designs. And then I have to have my iPad on my personal so I can read on both because I cannot read that far. It can be overwhelming, but people needs to also understand that you are going live because you are working, your eyes are down. So what I do is that I try, to keep an eye on my iPad and see what people are saying. But at the same time, I'm apologizing. Guys, I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm here to show you what I'm doing, the ribbons that I'm using, where I buy it. I like to share all of that information. It's not that I'm ignoring you. So please be patient. If there's anything that you want to know, anything that you want to share, always message me. And yesterday, after my live, thanks to Catherine, we were keeping up with the conversation, but I have more than 45 different messages that people that I missed, questions. And you know what? I went back and I replied to everybody. It's going to take time, but don't overwhelm yourself because you cannot be working and then reading the message and trying to please your audience. Your audience needs to know that you are working on something and they need to be a little bit patient and understanding.
Mercedes, I have a question for you, maybe a challenge, maybe a thought. You said you're designing here and you have to turn here to see the conversation. Have you tried moving your iPad so that it's in your eye view? So all you have to do is look up?
My problem is that my glasses are trifocal,
Me too.
far, mid, and then read.
Me
So
too.
I look funny, like, what is she saying?
Me too.
So I can try and see if I can put my iPad probably right in front of me because
Just somewhere that you don't have to, so that you don't have
exactly.
to turn and all you have to do is look up.
Yes,
Just a
I
thought.
will probably will find a different way because I'm working here and my iPad is just like right here. So I
Yeah.
kind of have to do this.
Yeah.
But I will probably find another way that I can have it right in front of me. I think I can. For me to be able to be here with you, I'm not kidding. I have this little thing with I can only hold my phone this size and I have my iPad on top of it and I have to tape it.
That's real, guys. That's real right there. See? That's real.
I have to tape it because it was gonna tilt back, but I make it happen so I can be here with you guys.
Yep. See, everybody does what they need to do. I saw a creator once say that, or somebody in one of the chats said they used to tape their phone to the wall.
Oh yeah.
To
If
the
you
wall.
want if you want something to happen, you have to make it work and be creative.
Are we ready to go in on how to support each other? Because Mercedes is very passionate about how we can support one another in the Wreath community. It was me. Look, Ashley said it was me. I taped my phone to the wall. I knew it
Oh,
was somebody. I knew
Ashley.
it was somebody. I knew it was somebody. Okay, so
Oh,
Mercedes,
funny.
talk about how important it is for us to support each other.
It is my passion. One word will circle helping each other. It is my passion. I'm such a giving person, such a giving person. And I think a couple of weeks ago, I made a video. It takes a second for you to actually hit that heart and like a video. There's not a wreath maker TikTok video that I don't see that I click that heart. You don't have to follow me if you don't want to. I mean, it's really up to you if it's in your heart. But just hitting that hard, it means the world to us. I'm the person that if you text me, you call me, you know what, Mercedes, I need help with this, when, what time, and where. I don't think about it. I don't even take a split second to think about it to help you and assist you what you need. But that is my nature. But at the same time, I work in the medical field and I didn't even go to school for medical. My major is in marketing and hotel administration. But when I moved to San Antonio, I started working for medical field. When you work in the medical field, you have to have a heart. You have to be passionate with patience. And that's all I did my whole life when I moved to San Antonio, is work with patience. You have to have that TLC. You need to be very hearted person to them, to take care of them, to heal them. So when somebody comes to me, Mercedes, I'm struggling how to make bows. I said, honey, I struggle myself to make bows with my own hands. That's why I'm using a device. Because I can't do it. I just can't. I tried, and then my hand feels like, okay, I'm losing the whole thing, the ribbons. My passion is help, and supporting each other. There's nothing better in this life than helping the others.
So let me ask you this. As a wreath community, the word community means help each other. If you can, if you're available, if you're willing, help each other. Because we all have questions. Every single one of us has a ton of questions. Where do you get answers? Now, here's something else. Mercedes, during your live, as you say, you're willing to help, you're willing to help. But when you're creating, how hard is it to answer all the questions that are coming through?
Like I said, I try to read as much as I can. And again, I tell them, please be patient. If I miss your question, always message me. And I will go back and respond or give an answer to the person. And it's like I said earlier, it can be a little bit overwhelming because at the beginning you can have 200, 300, 400, 500 people on your live and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Take a second, take a minute at a time. You are not excuse me, I'm sorry. We all super women's. We all super women's. But we can only do so much at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people say, well, you can chew gum when you walk in. I said, try me, baby. I can. Try me, baby,
but the thing is like when somebody's live, is that a place to have a conversation, a one-on-one conversation? No.
When you're live and you see it, people can feel your energy. And I have a lot. But when people see your energy, that you're having fun and you chit-chatting, you're laughing, you have the loud music in the background, you cannot have a conversation with someone at that time. You're here to be supportive, to chit-chat, to have little question, and to laugh and have fun, not to have a one-on-one conversation. You want to have a one-on-one conversation? You send me a message and I'll make that special time just for you. And believe me, I will make the time. I will open my heart and my mind for you to tell me and share what is that you want from me.
She's like, just call me.
Just
call me, maybe.
Just call me. You know how many people on my live, I provided my phone number?
That doesn't surprise me.
They can always call me. They can always chit chat with me. If they feel down, if they feel that they cannot do something, call me. I sit down with my cup of coffee and I will just go ahead and listen. What can I do for you? What can I help you? I'm not a doctor. I am not a psychiatrist, but I can listen.
But she's a Wreath life coach. She's a wreath slash life coach. She's like, okay, mujeres, let's go. We got this. We're doing this.
Go. Let's go. Let's get moving.
Yeah, we got this. So, okay, so you tell people when you want to help them that you'll be that little person in that square at the bottom of their thing to talk to them, basically to keep up with the chat, to encourage people to tap, to encourage people to share, to do all of those things. Okay? How did you learn that that was something that TikTok actually likes that because it sends you out to people's FYP means for you page?
Catherine. Catherine was the because Catherine was longer in TikTok before I actually started it. And then she was actually to tell me, hey, Mercedes, you need to do this and you need to put that and always put hashtag, hashtag, hashtag. So now when I do a video, you see that little thing right there? It's full of the hashtag stuff that I'm putting every time I put a video because I had no idea. I had no idea. And I see that when you do that, you have more traffic. You have more traffic in your TikTok.
Do you understand what the hashtags do?
Yeah.
What do the hashtags do?
It takes it to other different pages.
So hashtags, you know, has anybody ever used the search to look for videos that they want to see? For example, oh my gosh, the North Sea. Have you typed North Sea up in the search?
No.
Okay, don't do it because it's scary. It makes people very scared of cruising. Look, everybody says yes because there's the North Sea has very rough waves, so you'll see like a cruise ship going like this.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
But the search at the top, if you type, if for instance, what is one of your hashtags? Just give me one of your hashtags.
My hashtag is crafters TikTok.
So if you type crafters TikTok at the top, anybody that's used that hashtag will pop up in your stuff so that you can find them. The hashtags become a search. Okay? So wreath making, all of that stuff, all of those things matter. So that's what hashtags do. They help, yeah, it's a search clue words. Yes. Exactly, Laurel. Thank you for that. They're like SEO, search engine optimization. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot because we didn't talk about this, but I thought about it and I'm like, oh, Mercedes is the person to do this with.
Bring it on. Bring it
Okay,
on.
I want you to tell me the absolute one thing that is the most important thing that you want to come out of your live. When you go live, what's one thing, the most important thing that you want to like people to feel when they come watch you and to leave with? What do you want them to feel when they see you live? You can take a minute to think about it if you need to.
My true me.
Your what?
My true me.
Oh, you want them to know your true you.
My true me. My intentions on doing this business. And it's like I was telling Catherine, I said, you know what? This business is not only to make money, because I do want to make money making it, but I want to be an inspiration to people. And don't get me there because I'm going to start getting emotional right now.
It's real talk, babe. This is the
I
time.
want to be inspirational to other people. I want people to look up to me, not because of my work, but as a person as well. I think I'm a good person. I think I have a good heart. And I know sometimes I come across a little rough, but that is just my personality, you know. And I'm not accusing it because I'm Puerto Rican, but Puerto Rican, we are very, very strong and very stubborn, like mules. But I have a good heart. I have a good heart. I want to be an inspiration to other wreath makers or whoever, and I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to make this business so big that I can say, bye-bye, corporate America. I'm going to work at what I love and I'm impassioned to do.
And that is, what are you passionate about? I'm sorry.
Wreath making. I love it. Let
Do
me
you
show
see
you.
her shining right now? She is shining right now, isn't she? But that's real. That's real, Mercedes. You want people to get to know you. You want people to get to know who you are and your heart. You want people to see your heart. And that's amazing. That's not the norm. People feel like they have to be a cookie cutter, right?
Not a cookie cutter.
We are
I, I
loud and
I'm a
proud,
cookie
says
cutter, but when
Laurel.
you decorating it, you know when you have that cookie cutter and you want to decorate it very pretty all around the edges, hell with that. You want to just go ahead and decorate it all over the place. That's the way I feel.
Mercedes, Damon from Deco Exchange says, I feel like she's your grandma. She makes you feel seen, cares, blunt, and big-hearted.
Oh, really? That is awesome. You guys are gonna make me feel emotional right now.
It's okay. And she is a friend to everybody. Guys, I don't think she's met a stranger, and if she doesn't know you, she's gonna want to get to know you.
You guys are making me feel emotional right now. Seriously.
You are
I was
loved.
I know,
You
but I was not expecting this.
you
Seriously.
you were getting exactly what you're putting out. You want people to know you.
Yeah, it's true, but I was not expecting to be emotional right now.
It's okay. Take a moment. You're fine. We'll talk about you in the chat. She's amazing. You are loved, Miss Mercedes. We love you. I love when she comes in my lives. Hearts across the screen.
Thank you so much, guys.
Sass and
Thank
Son
you.
sees you as their sister.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was not expecting this much love. I mean, when I go live, I feel the love and the fun, but now that we're doing this for real, jeez, wow.
You
Whew,
are
I need to
you are loved.
breathe.
Go ahead, breathe. I always love watching and learning from Mercedes. Tamara Harkin says, I'm your newest follower.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Kathy,
you.
Catherine says she is awesome. I'm telling you, Mercedes, what you want to come through on your lives, from what I can see in the chat, is working.
It's working.
It's working.
It's working. And you know, sometimes when I'm working and I try to go live and I feel so bad because I know I'm missing a lot of the comments and that's why I always ask Catherine when she can, because by 9 o'clock, girl, she's already in bed. But I ask her to please be my moderator so she can interact with me and telling me what people are saying, because I don't want to miss that. I really don't want to miss that.
All right. Do you need a tissue? Do you
No,
need a
I got
moment?
it. I got it.
You
I got
got
it.
it? You good? You
Yeah, I
feeling
got it.
good,
I got it. I'm good.
girlfriend? Okay. I love you all for sharing your heart and letting Mercedes know that we see her. We see her. We
Thank
see her
you.
heart. We are appreciated, so appreciative of her and her willingness. She's always willing to help. Okay. So we're going to shift gears just a little bit.
Okay.
When you then go into somebody else's live, how do you support that person that's going live?
My finger goes numb. I am tapping.
You're tapping. First of all, you're tapping too hard. You don't need to tap that
I
hard.
know, honey. I remember I type all
I
day
know.
long. And then when I'm tapping, my fingers are already numb. So I have to switch fingers and then switch fingers. I even have to use my thumb sometimes, but I am tapping, tapping, and I'm always trying to interact with them. What are you making? Oh, it looks so beautiful. And if they ask questions, what do you think about this? Then, I give my suggestions, or I will say, oh, that's beautiful. What about if you add a little bit of this or a little bit of that? So I'm there supporting them as much as I can. My only issue is when they go live while I'm working, I can't be on the phone because I am constantly getting a call. I'm in a meeting, or I have to call a doctor, or I have to go to hospital to provide a critical on a patient. So I'm on the phone. But when I'm off from work and I see somebody live that I know and I know I can be supported, I am there. And I try to always bring positive suggestion, positive wording. I don't even like the word hate. I rather change it for I dislike when people are negative. When
And
people
what's
are
negative
talking,
though? People may not know that they're being negative, right? They may not know that they're being negative. So what do you see as negative?
negative. Oh, I don't like that color. Can you switch it for something else? Excuse
Look,
me?
look at how she changes her voice. I love that. Because that's how she's hearing it. When the person's typing it, that's how she's hearing it.
That's the way I hear it. That's the way I hear it. Or anything that has to do with negativism, I just hate it. And when I hear or I see other crafters talking low about other crafters, they are in my beep list. I
They're
don't
on your group list?
I don't want to say the word, so I put
Oh,
beep.
gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
don't like that. If I'm following, okay, sorry, you just lost me, and then I scroll up. I don't going to interact with them by giving them a piece of my mind by then talking about other crafters so low. So I just pretend that I didn't hear it, forget about it, and move on.
There are several times that I look at that and I'm like, I don't want to not like you, so I'm gonna leave.
Exactly. I mean, why are you gonna waste your good energy by interacting with that person and telling them a piece of your mind about what they're doing when you can just ignore it? And
Now,
eventually, when people see what they're doing, they're gonna start losing their audience.
now here's the other thing with staying positive, right? Because I mean, I'm sorry. As soon as something goes negative or somebody says something, everybody wants to know who, what. It's like we're a bunch of people traveling down the road and rubbernecking, right? We're all rubbernecking. We're not going anywhere. We're not getting anywhere.
Exactly.
So you're not, you as the one individual that sees something happening and you think that your comment is going to change the trajectory of that conversation, that's not how that works.
Nope.
So your best bet is to move on. Just move on. And sometimes somebody's having a bad day. Somebody might be having a bad day and they're using this as a place to vent. That happens
I
too.
have bad days, but I don't use this to vent. I'm sorry.
But some people do. Some people do. Excuse me. The cold makes my nose drip. It's really annoying.
I know it's 27 degrees today here.
How much?
27?
I think we're still in the teens. I think we're still. This is not normal Nashville weather, just so everybody knows. This is not normal. So, being positive, okay? Let's focus on positive. So, when you have somebody whose live is positive, is always positive, they're focusing on what's positive, and somebody comes in and wants to take over your chat with whatever they've got going on.
Well, if are you asking if I'm in somebody's life and I see something negative?
No, if somebody comes into your live
Oh, okay.
and they have something going on, and all the people from the community, like people that they know, because we all travel in packs, so they know people, and they start sharing negative stuff that's happening to them and they want attention on them. What do you do?
If I see it, I will politely will say, "Get the hell off."
But it's somebody in the community.
Oh, it's somebody in the community.
And
Okay,
they
well,
just
you kind
they
of have
want to
to,
share what's going on with them.
okay, then
They
you
need
kind of have
people
to
to.
be compassionate. You
That's
have
what
to
I
be
mean.
compassionate,
That's what I mean.
and you have to be, okay, honey, what's wrong, honey? I'm here.
So you'll do that on your live?
Oh, I will. I don't
Okay.
care what other people think. If I feel that that person is struggling and not having a good day, what's wrong, mama? I'm here for you. Call me. Call me. I give you my number. I can listen, Dumbo ears, whatever you need. I don't care. But if it's someone that I know that is always been good and supportive, I'm going to reach out. I am most definitely going to reach out and find out what is going on, and I can try to help.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes people just need somebody to listen.
Yes.
Sometimes they just need somebody to listen.
Mhm.
Sometimes that happens, guys. Sometimes that happens. So, what I'm saying is have grace. Everybody needs to have grace for each other, right? We need grace. People are going through some hard things, guys. Medical, mental, all of these
Emotional,
things.
spiritual.
But
Yes.
this is not the place to have an open conversation and expect it to be private.
And again, if anybody can hear what I'm going to say now, if you have that moment and you feel confident and you trust me that you can talk to me, please get in contact with me. Please get in contact with Claudia if you feel
Well,
confident
don't
and you
send them
can
my
talk with.
way. I'm like, I've already got enough messages.
No, just call me. Just say,
Yeah,
hey, Mercedes, I need somebody to talk to. That I am, because sometimes people feel comfortable talking to someone that is completely out of the box.
that's true.
Completely out of the box, out of that. They have no idea what's going on, but you just need somebody to listen. Do you have no idea how many people out there don't have anybody to talk to?
I know I do know. I do know because I see everybody. I see them. I know that they need that support. I see it every day. I mean, all of us are, we're humans. We all need somebody that sees us and cares and has enough compassion, right? Enough compassion to be like, hey, I see you. You're going to be okay because we're all going to be okay. Just let it out. Let that, whatever's happening out.
Whatever it's that they need, whatever it's they going through their mind or their heart, don't let it eat you inside
Right.
because it's gonna get worse. Call me, text me. If you don't have my number, send. If you following me and I'm not following you, you can easy send me a message. Hey Mercedes, can you call me? Here's my number. And you know what? If I called you, what can I do for you? I don't have to ask anything else. You
Yep.
can just talk and let everything out. And whatever it comes to my ears, it will stays in my ears. I have no business for me to blur out your business because it doesn't gonna do any good to me. It will good to you because you letting it out. So let it happen.
So I always say that you only need one cheerleader. One. That's it. You only need one somebody supporting you.
Mhm.
One person supporting you. Okay? Whoever that is, it doesn't matter who, it could be your child. Your child could be your cheerleader. Okay? You just need one person that's saying, when you tell yourself you can't, they're saying you can. Because you believe whatever you tell yourself. Okay?
Very
So Mercedes brought up something in our pre-interview that talked about taking care of ourselves, taking care of our hands.
So, what I was saying before, my major is in marketing and hotel administration. When I was living in Dominican, when I moved to San Antonio, I refused to work for a hotel here in San Antonio. Refused. So I got into the medical field, and before I had my daughter, I wanted to do something that will fill me up and do something extra. So I went into massage school. I'm a massage therapist. I
Who knew that? Did anybody know she was a massage therapist? That's something new to
nobody
me.
knows
I
that.
had no idea.
Nobody knows that. So I became a massage therapist. I went to school. I took the state board. I passed it, and I worked as a massage therapist for maybe about 3 years. And I learned how you can take care of your body. Of course, going to a massage therapist, and get all that blood circulation working. But me as a massage therapist, the first thing I use is my hands. Your hands is the most valuable the most valuable pieces of things that you have in your body, because this is what you do with everything is your hands. So before I started working, massaging people, I will take care of my hand by doing stretches, by putting my hands in hot water, cold water, hot water, cold water to get that circulation working. You don't want your hands to be stiff. You don't want your fingers to be stiff. So you guys can look any videos on YouTube and learn how to do stretches on your hands before you actually start working on your crafting. That's why there's a lot of people out there that love and they have a passion wreath making, and they have to quit because they have arthritis, they have poor circulation, their hands and fingers are stiff, and they have to quit what they have to do, what they love to do. So take care of your hands, people. And that's one of the reasons that I have to use that
The tool. Yep, the tool from Hot Mesh. It was it Hot? No, Hardworking Mom, right? So Laurel made a funny joke. She says, "I will put insurance on mine like J-Lo did to."
That is funny, Laurel.
So let me ask you this. So that's for hands. Do you have any recommendations for wrists?
The wrist, you can always stretch them like this. And
So
actually,
before you use them?
oh yeah, I do my stretches all the time where you do upper and up and down all the time, and it helps. Believe me, it does help. And when you do this too, it helps the wrist a lot. And actually, when you do this at least for 3 minutes, non-stop, and then you do this as well, you start pressing in.
For how long?
Maybe about 2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes like this, like you're on fire.
And then you stop, and then you do it again, and then you stop, and then you do another stretch up and down, upper and downward.
Okay.
When you start working, you're gonna feel the difference that your hands are lighter for you to work.
Put your hand up in the chats if that should be her next tutorial. Put a hand up in the chat if that should be her next tutorial about how to do the exercises so that we can have circulation and all the things. Look at that. That should be a tutorial.
I work for Alamo City Medical Group for many, many, many years, and I work in the physical therapy department for many years.
Yep, everybody wants a tutorial, friend.
I would more than happy to do it.
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. That's awesome. So there are many facets that we've learned that are behind Mercedes and all the things that she does. Okay. So we learned that she has done marketing, that she has done massage therapy, that she's currently working full time at her LabCorp job. She's been doing that for how long?
15 years.
15 years. Okay. And her passion now is wreath making. So do you have any questions that you would like to take this time to ask Mercedes so that Mercedes can answer what your questions are? Oh, Jennifer said she also paints. Do you still paint, friend?
I still do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take my camera because I want to show you something.
Let's go.
I need to turn off the lights here. So this is what I have here. I want to share with you some of the stuff that I have. I don't have a house anymore. So my daughter's room is my crafting. My dining room has become my, what is it called? My painting studio.
Wow.
That is my easel there. And this is all my paintings.
Slow it down, Mama. Don't go so fast. I want to be able to see. Beautiful.
This is all my paintings that I have done, including this one. These are 2 pieces that I made together.
Oh, okay.
And then, excuse the mess, but you can see that I have wreaths everywhere.
We all do.
And this is one of my favorites. And then this is one of my favorite that my friend said, what the hell is that? What is that? I said, I don't know. You figure it out because I don't even know what it is.
It doesn't need an it's artistic expression. That's what that is. And look, Kim said that's my style.
Oh, cool. And then this is the last one that I made.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's
So
the last.
talented.
Thank you. I mean, I tried and then I finished that one and I was able finally to be able to put it on a frame. And this one too.
So this is all the art in your home is made by you.
It's by my beat. Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am. I love it. It's like it's my therapy when I get really tired and overwhelmed. My wreath, I come and paint. And I come and paint. I mean, I love it. It's therapeutic. Very therapeutic. I love it.
I love that you are multifaceted in your creativity, that you have not just one area of creativity, but it flows over, right? It kind of overflows. Let me ask you this. I know that you've been asked before, okay? But Misty just brought it up in the chat. She said, "What is your big why to eventually go full time with wreath making? Like, what keeps pushing you for that why? Like, what is your why? Why do you want to go and make this your business and do it full time?"
I'm tired to work for corporate America.
So that's your big why. And that's going to get you there. That's enough to get you to do this, to push and keep going and do, okay.
Yeah, I'm, and don't get me wrong, working for LabCorp is been amazing. It's a blessing. I mean, I have the perfect schedule. My boss is amazing. I make very good money. The benefits are endless. But you belong to someone. You belong to someone.
Your time belongs to someone. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm a free spirit that I hate to belong to someone. And I've been doing it for my whole life. Because first of all, I worked for MCI WorkCom, and then I worked for Alamo City Medical Group, and now I'm working for this. And then I used to work for the scooter store. You always working for someone that, yes, financially you're doing okay, but you still depending on them.
And they can fire you like that. That's my struggle is they can lay you
Right? They
off. They
can
can
lay me
fire you.
off.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have control over that.
No.
You have zero control over that. So that's your why. I don't want to work for corporate anymore. You don't want to depend on somebody else. So you've been asked if you teach.
I don't teach, but I can. I love it. As a matter of fact, I have done already 3 wreath parties.
You've done them already.
I
You've
done
already.
them, 3 of them. And
So when you did the first one, did you get somebody else to book another one?
yes,
That's how that worked,
that
right?
one, that person booked another one. So it's very fun because I make it as a party, but at the same time, it's a teaching.
Misty in the chat said, "Your job listing will post faster than your obituary, folks. Do what you love."
Oh
That's
my
a
God.
smack in the face.
I know. She just slapped me.
I just
It's true.
do what you love. And that's coming from somebody who worked for somebody else and is now has basically done this full time now for a year, right? You've been doing this full time for a year. Yeah, so she's been doing it full time for a year.
Yeah.
So it takes time to get there. But see, this is the other thing, and Mercedes, you can speak into this because several people aren't in also don't have a spousal support to lean on, another income, right? So they're struggling to do this by themselves. You do this by yourself.
Completely by myself. Completely by myself. And it has not been easy. It has not been an easy road, but it doesn't mean that you're going to give up. You can never, guys, you can never give up to your dreams because nobody's going to live it for you. Nobody's going to live it for you. You only have one life. You know, and I'm going to get emotional with this one. My mother died when she was 45. She died of liver cancer. And she never had the opportunity to meet any of her grandkids. Never. Never. And she had a full of life. She had dreams that she wanted to do in her life. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to see my mother in my life not being able to do what is my dream. I want to live my dream every single day. Even if I don't sell a wreath, I want to change somebody's life because that is my passion. Even if this is not about selling, guys. It is about selling, but it's not the main thing for me. It's not my main thing. Like I said at the beginning, yes, I want to make money. Of course, I'm spending so much money and all this thing, and I don't have a problem because I have ribbons and I go and I buy more ribbon that I don't need.
She keeps telling herself she doesn't have a problem.
I don't have a problem.
In other words, you may see it as a problem, okay? But her herself, she doesn't see it as a problem. She's happy.
I'm happy.
How many of us are broken happy?
I am broken happy.
And that's the thing, okay? So that's the thing. So yes, we want to be able to have a profit. However, there's a foundation. And if you have a strong foundation, the things that you build, it will come. It will come.
Eventually it will come. It's like you said, you cannot expect this to be happening in a finger snap. It's not going to build overnight. It takes heart, it takes time, it takes sacrifice. It takes so much out of you because guess what? You are the creator, you are the maker, you are the photographer, you are the video editing, you are the speaker on the video. It takes time and dedication. So the same way you taking that time to make all that is the same time it's going to take to build it. Remember, guys, God did not make the world in one day. It took 7. Even God took his time to create all this.
So tell me what you're doing, what Mercedes is doing. What is Mercedes doing to help her along the way? Like, are you taking classes? What are you doing?
I YouTube it. If there's something that I don't know, I YouTube it. And if I see that somebody is offering a class, of course I'm going to take that class. In my life, I have never made a bow using my own hands. Never. Never. So now Courtney from Southern Owls is going to make a very interesting class, and I'm looking forward because I want to learn something new. I'm like a sponge. I like to absorb everything that I see that I know is going to be good for me. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take it.
And how
Opportunities like that, you don't see it all the time.
Do you learn by watching, doing, listening? How do you learn?
I'm a learn watcher.
So you have to, do you do it while you're learning? Like while you're watching?
Do it that day of the class, I'm going to have a couple of ribbons here in front of me, and I'm going to do it because I cannot just look at it and then do it. No, I have to do it as that person goes.
That's me too. That's me too. And let me ask you another question. Do you expect to be perfect first time?
Of course not.
But mine's not going to look like that. Mine's not going to be like that.
Everybody has their own unique way to do it. Let me tell you, people go nuts with my bows. People go crazy with my bows. And that's why I have to do a tutorial. Everybody wanted to do it. But as you can see, I don't do it with my hands. The only way that I can do my 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ribbons is by using that device. And you can see how big and beautiful they become. Well, that's the way you learn how to do it, because that's the way I learned how to do it.
By
Now,
doing it, by
exactly,
practicing.
practice makes perfect.
Well, practice makes better because let me tell you something. Perfect is hard, Mercedes. I don't
I
ever want to
know.
be perfect.
Yeah, that's
Perfect
better.
is
That's
hard,
fine.
right?
Yeah.
So don't expect perfection, expect
Mm.
improvement. Because Mercedes, you've said it to me, you've said it on your lives, you've said it to several people. The wreaths you make today look nothing like the wreaths when you first started.
Oh my Lord. If I make a video
We all
of the
say that.
first read that I made,
I know, we all say that.
it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing because every day I get better and every day I push myself to get better and better and better and better. And when we were talking about those comparing myself and people comparing themselves with other people, you know what? There's going to be a point in your life that you are not going to be able to compare yourself anymore because you got there, because you put yourself to get there and making what you wanted to do and how you want to make it.
Talk about realistic expectations, like being realistic with yourself.
That's a tough one.
I know, but it's a good thing to, I mean, because what's realistic to me, like oh, here, I'll give you an example and then you can answer, okay? For example, I'm making a wreath. I'm using everything that I see somebody else using. I use Ferris silk ribbon, I'm using the good deco mesh, but my stuff isn't selling. Why is my stuff not selling? I know I've only been doing this a little bit of time, but why isn't I'm using the same stuff?
That's a tough one. Man, you just throw it out there. Boom. Why is not selling? That is the same question I ask myself. People see the way I make my stuff. People see that I put it in my Etsy and they're not selling. Maybe you need, to me, I think you need to advertise more. But at the same time, besides that, you cannot give up yourself and not continuing, making what you do is the taste of everybody, is the taste. And a lot of people said, well, you know what? Let me tell you this. I heard something very interesting today in TikTok. Very, very interesting. And unfortunately, us as human beings, we bring ourselves down. It's not other people, it's yourself. So this guy said, if you have a product, don't settle yourself that you are cheap. Settle yourself that you economical.
Affordable, economical, those are different
Affordable.
words. Yeah.
When
Yeah.
somebody asked me, oh, how much is for that wreath? And I said, how much you can pay? Oh,
Yeah,
I
but sometimes people don't know what goes into making that. So
oh no,
sometimes,
and that's what I'm going to say. I
yeah,
said, okay, you know what? That wreath, I make it and this is the cost, but you know what? I can make you a wreath affordable to your budget.
there it is.
And I always, and that's why I have many clients that don't even go to my Etsy. They rather call me and they say, Mercedes, I would like a wreath, and this is the theme that I want. These are the colors that I want. And the first thing I ask, what is your budget? My budget is 60, 70, 80, 90, whatever. And then I will work with your budget. People
And they're
don't.
surprised. But what's funny, and I found this, and I don't know if anybody else has found this, but it's very surprising what they think they can get for the budget they're offering.
Oh, honey, let me tell you. I made a wreath. Unfortunately, I already delivered it yesterday. She wanted me to do a Easter wreath, and you should see the $60 wreath that I made. It looked like a $100 wreath because it's those little things that you add and makes it more and makes it look more beautiful and more expensive. It only takes little tiny things that you can add on a wreath that are cheap, and it makes it look beautiful.
They're affordable. They're frugal, not
Frugal,
cheap.
not cheap.
Because the value is in how you design. Guys, do
Exactly.
you know that you
You
can take
design it.
value mesh and make sure that it's not going to, like, you can make it so that it doesn't look like value mesh, and you mix it in with better mesh, more expensive mesh, or make it, you can do it. Mercedes, you know what? You think about this and you don't have to do it, but I just thought of something. I want you, when you have a chance and you come up with it, because you're the perfect person to do this, I want you to show, you probably even have it in your wreath room right now. I want you to show the difference for you of 100 and a 60 side by
Right
side.
now, I can show it to you right now.
Side by side.
Okay. The one that I made last night, all those materials are expensive. So this is a swag. This is the one that I finished last night. This one I'm going to put on my Etsy. It's not going to be no less than $135 because him was only $18. I'll be honest. This is $18. Okay. Simple. It's not even heavy. Now, $60 wreath. Where is it?
I hope this is helpful for everybody. Sometimes perspective, right?
Where is it? Where is it? This is a $60 wreath. Let's
Guys,
put
look.
let's put 65. This is
Okay.
a $65 wreath. Look how thick it is. I put eggs, a lot of ribbon. I put tubing. Look at that. This is a $65 wreath.
There it is. There it is, guys.
She asked me to use
Okay,
a little
somebody just asked how. That's the big question. How?
How?
Mhm.
When you go to affordable places and you buy affordable materials that looks expensive, that's how. These are Dollar Tree, guys. These Dollar Tree. And when you use the tubing is the cheapest thing ever. The mesh, you're not gonna use 3 whole rolls. You only cut 5 of this, 6 of this, 2 of this. This cost, to be honest with you, this is less than $20 cost. Less than 20.
Ta-da! Thank you for doing that, Mercedes. But that helps. It helps people see, right? It helps people see what the difference is. Michelle from Creek Road Design says it is about perception for the customer.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's how you put it together. But the main thing when you're putting together a piece like that
Heart.
is your heart.
Yep.
And you have to find places where you can find affordable and low cost materials, guys. That's why I keep saying, learn how to do those Dollar Tree frames, pre-wire them. It's only $2.35 with a pipe cleaner instead of paying $7 for those big ones. When you're building a business, you have to have a budget so you can see how much money you're making. And all my stuff, I go to those family-owned places that I can find here in San Antonio, and I buy my stuff.
And somebody said, and that's when your customer keeps coming back to you.
That's why they keep coming back. I have customers that when I started doing Not too good, they still coming back because they know. And when they see that I'm posting, oh my gosh, it's getting good. Oh my God, I like that. They coming back. Thanks to Yashira, and I sent her 1,000 kisses, I learned how to work in Grapevine. That made me feel so intimidated, Claudia. You have no idea. I was always nervous. I didn't know how to start. I don't know what kind of greenery I needed, what kind of flower. And I sat down with Jashir and Jashir, okay, tell me what is that I need. You need this, you need this, you need this. Okay, I get it. We FaceTime one night, like for 2 hours, and she gave me the training. And now all I want to do is grapevines because I love them. They come out beautiful.
But guys, that's also pairing up with somebody else that is doing what you want to learn. And Yashira gave of her time and talent to help another person. It's so easy to help somebody who's a go-getter. It's so easy to help somebody that you already know is on fire, that they are actually wanting to learn so desperately and will take critique. Guys, you have to be good at taking critique.
Yep. Don't get offended. Don't get offended. Catherine, she's asking me, hey, I made that wreath. And I'm honest with her. I love it. But you know what? You might have to move that bow a little higher, a little lower. Do you have a different ribbon? Can you put the sign in the middle, maybe on the side? I'm honest. But it's not what you say, it's how you say it. People can be sometimes, and I get it. I got that already. And my daughter's the same. My daughter said, Mom, that looks ridiculous. Take that thing off. And I get it. But when you want to receive that honest opinion, guys, don't get offended. We're trying to help. We're trying to give you suggestions. I mean, you asked me for my help. You want my honest opinion? Yes or no? No. Okay, then don't ask.
So, in other words, what Mercedes is saying is she's not going to tell you what you want to hear. She's going to tell you the truth. And honestly, guys, that's really hard to take for some people. They
That is
think
hard.
they want the truth. They think they want the truth, but sometimes you get hurt. Sometimes it does hurt. Sometimes, and understand that that's all part of the process. But if you can build a relationship with somebody because you know they're going to be honest with you, hallelujah. All
Yeah, that's true.
right, I'm going to read some of the comments, okay?
Perfect.
Um, so so Trish, was it Trish? Yeah, Trisha with Twisted Emerald Reese says, I always feel bad for my first customers with their purchases compared to now.
I feel the same way.
Right. Somebody else says they think grapevines are easier in their opinion. That's Irene from Expressions of Joy Designs. Lynette asked a question. Do you want to keep your prices under 80?
Um, I want for people to come with to me not only for the beautiful stuff that I make, but because I'm affordable.
So the
I don't
answer is
want to be the wreather that is at HEB where she sells her three, four, $500 wreath and nobody buys it and then she has to take it home. I don't want to keep that stuff. As a matter of fact, if I see that he's not selling, I put $10 off. I don't want to bring it home. I want to make people feel, oh my God, it's beautiful. $60, I'm taking it home. They taking me home, not her. You guys need to think about that. It is your art, it is your heart that is going to that people's home.
okay. Another comment. Michelle from Creek Road Design says, I probably owe my first customers a replacement wreath. Growth is amazing.
That is funny. That is a good one. Yes. A replacement. Imagine that we have to go back to all our clients and replace everything that we
Oh
did
my
when we
word.
didn't know what to do.
Right? And often you say, I'm so sorry. And then the Wreath Wagon says, I love people's feedback. It just makes me better.
Good. I'm glad that you like it.
Decor by Bonnie says, if I ask, I need it straight, not sugar coated. I wouldn't ask if I didn't want to hear it. So
Exactly.
yeah.
That's exactly what
Um,
I said.
so Trisha with Twisted Emerald says, you have to be careful with what you're asking for.
And
Katniss says sometimes it needs to hurt to make a change.
exactly. Yep.
Justine says truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off.
It's very true. Oh, that is very true.
Janie of Wreaths by Jay, sometimes I've had to redo a wreath because I didn't like how it turned out. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
very
very
true.
true. Very true. Thanks for commenting, guys.
Thank you so
Tracy
much.
with Trey's creation says exactly. Affordable is how I price my stuff, and they keep you in mind.
This lady that I just delivered one on Thursday night because she wanted to see her after bowling. I said, honey, I'm sorry. I'll see you at the parking lot of the bowling alley and I'll deliver it for you there. This
Wow.
is the
Yep.
fifth time that she has ordered it from me.
Have you guys noticed? Because I've noticed this. The people that start buying from you that become repeat customers get addicted to having something pretty.
Yep.
They just do. So in order to have that constant, because some people will get a wreath for seasons. So they'll get a winter wreath, a spring wreath, a fall wreath, right. So they do the seasons, right? Other people like a different wreath every month for whatever holiday, right? So they get addicted to that. They like that. They like the way they feel when they see it, right? And then they start asking you for wreaths for other people. They're now using you as a gifter. They're going to buy from you to gift to others, right? So that's what you have to keep in mind.
And that's the lady that I saw on Thursday. I told her, I said, um, she said that she was going to share, my business with her coworkers. And I told her, do you know that I make wreath parties? She's like, are you serious? Oh my God, I need to get a group together. You guys need to throw yourself out there. Challenge yourself. If you don't challenge yourself, you will not accomplish anything in your life. And that's the way I'm doing it every single day. Somebody asked me, if somebody comes and tells me, can you make, this is very challenging for me. This lady, she lives in one of the most luxurious, most expensive neighborhood here in San Antonio. She said, one of her friend's husband is a Marine Corps, but they having a baby. Can you make a wreath combining the Marine Corps with baby? I'm like, oh my Lord, you got to be kidding me. So you know what? I challenged myself and I made it happen. I made a military wreath and I bought a baby's bottom, the attachment, and I put it right in the middle. And it looked beautiful. Even though that for some people were like, she freaking loved it because I combined what she asked for. I did exactly what she wanted me to do. Marines Corps, and I put a baby bottom because they were going to have a baby within a month. And I made it happen.
That's awesome. And let me ask you this, because I know that you do have people that you look to when you need assistance in a design. So you're bouncing ideas off of somebody to get help. Hey, how does this look? How does that look? How do you build that kind of relationship in an online environment?
By not being shy, by being hustling myself that I want to learn how to do that. It's the inspiration that gets to your heart. When you see something that you like and you're like, wow, I'm going to reach out to that person because I'm going to look up to that person. There's nothing wrong for you to do that. There's nothing wrong for you to look up to somebody. There's nothing wrong for you to ask questions. I have come across with people on the wreath community that I ask, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Where did you get it? And I have come across and said, I'm sorry, but you have to look it up for yourself. I'm not kidding. And I have
Okay.
come across with all the wreath makers that said, "Oh, I got it here. This is the price. This is the website." And I am so grateful.
So don't give up is what you're saying. Just because you reach out to one person that can't or isn't willing or able to help, then you reach out to somebody else.
Don't
Reaching
give
out.
up. I mean, if
Yeah.
you don't get the answer, don't feel bummed. Either you can research it yourself, or you know what? Reach out to somebody you feel comfortable to talk to.
Yep.
And that's it.
But don't give up. Like, don't say, oh, this person isn't going to share with me, so I don't need to ask anybody.
No, no. I'm very insisting.
You're very what?
Insisting. I'm very persistent. I'm like
Persistent.
persistent and I'm like, I'm there, hold on. I don't stop until I get my way, not my way, but until I get what I want to fill me up and be able to be better on something. I will
Right.
not stop.
So you don't take no for an answer. So if one person tells you no, you're moving on to the next person. You're just like, hey, hi, I'm Mercedes. I would love to know if you would help me with just a few questions. I have a few questions.
I'm very
But don't give up, guys. Just because you ask one person and you don't get any answers, ask
that's
somebody
why
else.
that's why Miss Claudia is Claudia, me, Catherine, and everybody. We're trying to build this community to help each other so you guys don't give up on yourself. We are here. We are here always for you guys. If you feel comfortable with me, you come to me. If you feel comfortable with Claudia, go with Claudia. I mean, we just want you to feel happy and feel full of what you guys love to do. That's all we
Let
want.
me share the reason why we're like this. Okay, why we feel this is so important and why we want to build true community. The reason why is because we struggled and we don't want you struggling like we struggled. Okay, we don't want you feeling completely lost and alone and unsupported and just lost out here. You hear what people are saying, but it doesn't make sense. That's hard. It makes something that shouldn't be so hard harder. Okay? So we want to build this community to be helpful, be there, and be supportive of everyone. Okay, we want to be supportive of everyone. Jana in the comments says, Claudia knows I told her last night I'm seriously considering selling all my products.
No, no, don't you dare. Don't you dare, woman.
Now you know Mercedes is on you, so she not gonna let you. Just so you
Don't
know, we got
you
the bull,
dare.
we got the bulldog on the hunt. She's gonna go after you. And here's why. And here's why, guys. We get it. We get it. We understand why you feel that way. We
That breaks my heart.
understand.
Claudia, that breaks my heart.
I know it
That
does,
breaks my
friend.
heart.
I know. I
Because
know.
maybe she doesn't have that person to support her like I have with Catherine. Twice, Catherine did not let me throw my towel. And I'm so grateful and appreciated. Jenna, send me a message, honey, so we can share message. I'll provide you with my phone number, and you and I, we need to have a serious talk. You are not going to give up on something that you like to do and you love. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you.
And that, but the fact that she was able to tell us that's where she's at says that she just needs support.
She needs support. That's all she needs. That's all she needs.
Look at this community blowing up.
Oh my
Everybody's
God.
telling you not to quit.
No,
Don't quit.
no,
Don't give
no.
up. Look at this. This is what we need community for. This is why. This is why we need
We're
community.
mentorship. We're mentorship. No, 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 no. You're never gonna give up. No, please. Promise me that you're gonna get in contact with me. If you feel comfortable with me, great. If you want to talk to Claudia, great. We just want you to please get the support that you need right now.
Whoever you need to reach out to, whoever you need to reach out to, everybody will uplift you. Will get you past this hump. This valley that you're in, we're going to help you climb back up. You're fine. Don't quit. Don't give up. You've asked for help. We all are aware now, so guess what?
Don't you dare, woman. I'm gonna be on your butt like a
She just
bulldog.
says she has tears flowing. I will and thank you all so much.
You're welcome, honey. We're here for
Believe it or
you.
not, that's really all it takes was somebody saying, I see you. I
Because
see you.
we still go through it. We're gonna, guys, business, any kind of business. It can be wreath. It can be, my brother's going the same thing. And sometimes my brother gets a 400 or 500 tumblers to do in 1 month, and then 2 months go by and there's nothing. Business, it's a rock. It's up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Come on, you guys. Just because it's going down, it doesn't mean that you're going down with the business. No, no, no. I was just telling Catherine 2 days ago, dude, I'm so freaking depressed because I haven't sold anything. And yesterday I sold 2 of them the next day. Not from my Etsy, but I have wreaths at a boutique salon hanging on people's door, and 2 of them got sold. At least 2. But I'm happy with that. I'm grateful.
So Michelle from Creek Road Design says business is hard. It's a cycle. Yashira says how many times I wanted to give up, but I don't. I keep going.
And you need to realize too, guys, and I'm sorry I didn't interrupt, but you need to realize the wreath business, it has seasonal. So right now it's a low season. It might go up for Valentine's Day and Mardi Gras, and it's gonna go down again, but it's gonna go up again in Easter, and then it's gonna go down again. Here in San Antonio, it's gonna be Easter, fiesta, and then it's gonna go down. So just remember, wreath is seasonal, and that's why you need to be creative in creating everyday wreaths. So if people don't like to use seasonal wreath, then they might like something that they can keep it all year long.
So Misty from Little Luxury says if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Exactly.
Okay, so there's that.
Very well said.
So right now, Michelle says from Creek Road Designs, right now it is not our season. Spring is hard. Maddie and Elle, that I think her name is Katie, if I'm mistaken, I'm sorry. She says, love yourself, be your own #1 fan. We will be your hype girls. Who doesn't want to be a hype girl? Woot woot. So Wreath Decor by Bonnie says during the down season, build product.
Yes. Very true.
All right, let's see. So Martha says she's become good at making everyday wreaths. Look at the big picture. So Candy has a cleaning business. Our friend Candy that supports the wreath community, it's also a wreath maker. She says she's got a cleaning business. Cleaning business has its ups and downs, and she's been in business for over 30 years.
Wow.
Okay, so here's Irene with Expressions of Joy Design. She says, I never thought in making a spring wreath and mailed my first one to the States. Irene, where are you?
That is awesome.
So Anne at Talk Less Craft More says this is the season to stock your Etsy.
And that's what I do. That's what I did last night. I stocked it.
Girlfriend, we have about 11 minutes left of our real talk. Can you believe it?
That is awesome. It's
Okay.
really amazing.
So I don't want to miss this opportunity for you to share what your goals are for this year. What is Mercedes going to be doing for Wreaths by Designs in 2024?
First of all, it's to continue supporting my wreath community. Second, I want to do more teaching. I think is my thing. I want to teach more. I want to inspire more people to learn what I do. Of course, if they like it. And just help. Just help.
Help. All right, now what are your business goals?
My business goal, I want to sell this thing that I have hanging in this wall. But yes, I want to sell. And I want to keep myself affordable. I want to keep myself affordable and just sell and promote. You guys need to throw yourself out there. If you don't show a face, if you don't make videos, and if you don't want to show yourself, make videos. throw yourself out there. There's so many different ways in free advertisement. FB, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. There's so many free things out there that is free. It's free for you that you can advertise your products. And yes, regarding about teaching, yes, I'm going to start doing more teaching.
So we are in the slow season, guys. We are currently in a slow season, and understanding that we are in a slow season, um, there's things that we think about. There's thoughts that come in that we think about. Oh, wouldn't it be nice if blank, right? Wouldn't it be nice if blank? Well, Mercedes says, you know what? I want to teach people. I want to come alongside somebody else who's where I was and share with them what I've learned. And I think that's beautiful. I think it's beautiful, Mercedes. And that's why we see your heart. And that's why she has hundreds of people coming in and out of her live while she's live. What, last night I saw that she got over 100K likes, so 100K taps.
Yeah.
Over 100K taps last night.
And I gave two away. And I like to bless people, so I did a two giveaways yesterday.
She does giveaways on her lives, guys. Did you know that?
At least once a month when only I try to go as much as I can on my life, but then one out of the blue, I decide to give a giveaway.
So you never know. You never know what's going to happen on Mercedes Lives.
And Kim was the winner.
How awesome is that?
And she's here with
Look
us.
at her. She's like me.
Kim was the winner.
So that's awesome. Sarah just says, I'm quiet, but watch both of you and learn a lot. And Mercedes going to be, don't be quiet.
Oh, please be loud.
Yeah. So whenever you get comfortable, Miss Sarah, and interact more in the chats, everybody gets to learn about you and get to know you. And then when you go, because we all travel in a pack, we all know we go from you will always recognize somebody in the chat when you're watching a wreath maker. So
True.
yeah, so just know that we want to get to know everybody in this community, and we don't want you to be anonymous.
No.
You have had a time asking questions. What does that mean? Weekly knit and crochet, what does that mean? Irene is in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
I so desperately want to go visit the Virgin Islands, but I want to go on a cruise to go visit the Virgin Islands.
I have never been on a cruise. Do you believe that?
I don't want to, I don't know you. Why not? Why haven't you been on a cruise? You live close enough to a port, don't you? Shame. No, I'm just kidding.
Guess what, Mama? In October, we're going to Paris.
Okay, well that doesn't stink.
Yeah, we're going to Paris right after the Olympics. We're leaving.
All right, Wreathly Knit and Crochet, send me a message. I will share an upcoming wreath class next Saturday. Go ahead and yeah, Laurel's like, let's go, girl. It sounds like we're gonna be taking a cruise soon. As let's go, girl. Let's just go.
Okay, we got a comment here that said need to take a bow class, but don't know.
I told her to message because I'll tell her about the bow class next week. Got
Okay,
it.
awesome.
Does anybody have anything to add to Mercedes? Thank you so much for joining me, Mercedes. This has been awesome.
I never thought that this real talk was gonna be so amazing, so emotional. You guys make me cry today. You guys give me big heart for all of you guys. It is wow. I'm gonna get emotional again, so I'm gonna stop. It was
All
awesome.
Mercedes knew is that she needed to do this. She wanted to do this. She didn't know why. She just knew she needed to do this with me.
Because people, and I'm sure that some people already kind of misjudge me for my lives. because I know I can get a little loud and I'm very, kind of tough and rough, but people don't know my heart. And that's what I want. And I people to know who I am, where I come from, what is my actual life. And I'm very happy, Claudia. Thank you for allowing me to do this. Thank you.
It wasn't hard, Mercedes. It wasn't hard. You told me in no uncertain terms that I needed to stop my BS.
And do it on a Saturday.
It was so funny. But you know what? I honestly prayed on it, Mercedes. That's what I did. I prayed on it because Fridays work better for me, for my family, for my situation, because my weekends literally are spent with my family. So I thought to myself, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. And everybody listen. If you have been thinking that you want to do real talk, but Fridays don't work for you, I can do one-off Saturdays. I can do a Saturday that works for you, similar to how I did with Mercedes. But my real talks will be happening on Fridays just because of how it works for me. But if you want to join me in the morning on a Saturday morning, I mean, she's in her pajama pants. You guys saw. We all saw her pajama pants. She's here. Look at her. She does know that this is going to be on YouTube, and she's okay with it. Because she's real, guys. This is what real people can. You can get rubbed the wrong way. You can get rubbed the wrong way and not know a person and decide that you don't like somebody because you don't know them. You see them having a good time on their live, being loud,
You don't know
being
what is going on
themselves,
here.
but you don't see their heart, you know? So I know Mercedes has a huge heart. I've watched her lives. I admit I do turn it down
I know.
because it's in my ear. But otherwise, man, just watch her. She is true to herself. She means what she says, but her heart shines through about how much she loves people. She just loves people. And I think that's why also it bothers her so much when people aren't kind, is because she's like, you don't have to be that way. You're hurting. You're hurting, so you're lashing out. And I just want to see you for you. Are you okay? Can I help you?
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you. Right now, just I'm staying quiet. I'm feeling the love, but I'm reading everything that you guys saying, and it's making me feel overwhelmed.
Mercedes, I do have to share what Ann at Talk Less Craft More says. She says, Mercedes, you definitely have a beautiful heart, and I love you all the more after today.
Oh my God. You guys stop. You guys need to stop. Really. I mean, oh my God. I never, never, ever, ever, ever. And this real talk was gonna feel so emotional like today. And you made it happen, Claudia. And I really do appreciate you. Seriously. Thank you so much. It really means I don't cry. Guys, I'm the hardest person to cry. And all this is making me so emotional. I don't get this emotional very often. I really don't. I really don't.
We know.
I don't get emotional. I mean, it has to be really get deep, deep into my heart for me to get like this. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. And again, I am here for you. It doesn't matter the time. I do work and I'm constantly on the phone, but if you need somebody to talk, anybody to lift your spirit and fix that queen's crown, I am here. I am here. I am here.
You're making everybody cry.
Oh my God.
Because you know what, Mercedes? If nothing else, if anybody has ever misunderstood you,
Now they know me who I am. I know. And it's not the first time, Claudia. That's why I ask you and I practically beg you to do this with
no,
you.
you called me out. Yeah,
You know I
you
did.
called me
I
out.
know I did. I know I did because it's not the first time that people misjudge me because I know myself. I know that sometimes I come across rough and a B, whatever, but that's not who I am. Until you actually get to know me and who I am, you will know who I really am. I have people that after they get to know me and publicly, they have apologized. I'm so sorry, Mercedes. I misjudged you. I thought you were this or you were that. But they took the time to know me.
Yeah.
Oh, Jenna, stop it, Jenna.
Corazón de oro.
Yeah. Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you,
Heart of gold.
Eileen. Thank you. But I think my mother did a good job raising me.
Yeah, she
My
did.
mother did.
You're pretty fantastic, friend.
Thank you. I love
All
you.
right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and say that you guys, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for sharing how you feel because it helps the person that is on this side of the screen. It helps us know that, hey, somebody did see us. Somebody did, respond the way that we wanted them to. And you heard her say that all she wants during her lives is for that person on the other side of the screen to feel loved, to feel seen, to feel known, to feel loved, to feel supported. That is her heart. And I think everybody needs to remember whenever you see a creator behind the screen, if they're hitting that live button, it took a lot for them to do that. Okay? It takes a lot for that person to put themselves out here. Mercedes, I love you.
I love you too, Mama.
I
Thank you.
see you and I support you, friend.
Thank you. Same to you. And thank you for everybody who has been here this 2 hours supporting us and, being here. Just being here, it means the world to us.
Have a good Saturday, guys.
Thank you,
Talk to you
guys. Love
soon.
you. Take care of
Bye.
yourself.